to our, God, what is this, fifth or fourth episode? Fifth episode. Thank you. Welcome to our fifth episode of the Toxic Ponie podcast. And this week we're going, okay, you really need to put your legs down. You're too tall, and it's catching me.
What, are you feeling intimidated?
Yes, I am. No, it just looks weird through the camera. You're like way up there over everyone else. But no,
well, you're the one who didn't want to give me any room.
just slide your feet in, bro. Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching.
My legs don't fold that way.
Yes, they do. Now you gotta pick up Pinkie Pie.
No.
Technical difficulties, everyone.
Yeah.
This will be an ongoing problem.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
And I'm the small one.
And this week we're gonna be talking about Equestria Girls friendship games.
Yeah. Third installment. What's with the sigh? Like,
Because he did not like that one.
really?
I don't think anybody really
Not
at all.
I
Did you like it at all? Because
my first thoughts were like, meh, like somewhere in the middle, but not like the worst one out of the three.
It's not the worst
Oh,
one
no,
out of the
it's-
three.
Oh, no,
it's
like-
not as bad as one,
No. It's like middle.
but it is it's weaker than two.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much everybody's thought on the third one. And I don't know why. Probably, did it have to do something with also like the placement of when it was airing? Because that was
Partially,
That
because unlike the other ones, I think all the other movies kind of hit like after a season finished.
Yeah,
This one hit mid-season.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what a lot of us were not okay about. It was like, oh, we're gonna do the mid-season break. Oh, and you get a movie that's supposed to be at the end of the season.
Like, oh, okay, that's fine, I guess.
well, it was actually
I really hope there are no spoilers or anything.
we were coming back. I think
You.
it was actually we were coming back from break, and then there were 2 episodes into the second half, and then like that Saturday we were getting a new episode and the movie.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So that was kind of really confusing for a lot of people.
even taking out the time that it was released and everything, just going back and watching it last night, there's just still so many things about it that just don't work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't as strong as the second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, 2 minutes into the friggin'
Okay,
film.
no. Okay,
2
let's
minutes.
actually start it from the very beginning.
Well, we could start with that useless scenario where Sunset has to bring like a string
Yeah.
to.
So
we had a whole discussion.
yeah,
about
as soon as yeah. So
that's
one of the first things that happens is Rainbow Dash calls them all like in an emergency to get to where she is, and it's because her guitar string broke and she was trying to show off, and
as usual.
as usual. So Sunset Shimmer, being the other guitarist in the band, had a spare string with her.
Just out of her backpack.
Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of normal for musicians though. That's
Well,
not
no,
bad.
you don't
I mean-
see me when I came in with an
You
extra
want to go ahead and
string.
post it for this one?
Well, it's
since you're already on there.
one. She
I
had
just
that
wanna see
specific
what's actually
string.
Oh, it is.
That one,
That one specific string.
Yeah.
Conveniently, that one.
Yeah, that's
The funny thing is though, she doesn't
How
even mention
quickly-
which string it is.
Yeah, she's just like, I just need a new string.
They're like, oh, here you go.
Yeah, but
They all work the same. Just use that one.
Oh, yeah.
they're all exactly the same. There's no kind of tone.
There's no difference.
That's coming. 3 of us on here play guitars
Yeah.
on this podcast right now.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
really
And
got
I just
us.
play the violin, so it was
Yeah.
just sort of like just complete.
And the
crap
second
there,
big thing
And then
about
also
that.
say which movie
What-
we're talking
The second big thing about that, and I actually pointed this out to him.
about. How quickly she freaking
Yeah.
tuned it, and how it was perfectly in tune
no,
immediately.
Seriously, when you actually go back and look at it, she gets the string and restrings her entire guitar, perfectly tuned in everything,
Wow.
within a matter of seconds.
Man.
That is physically impossible.
Well,
Not if you're in a cartoon movie, though. I mean,
you
I
have to have
get.
some
I mean,
suspension.
the
of
thing is, though, is
I'm
I
sorry.
get it.
I mean,
I
I actually,
understand.
I mean,
It's
I
because
actually,
they needed to make the plot go on, and they didn't want to have her sitting there stringing it.
okay,
But they could
still.
have had a whole conversation going while she was tuning it and whatnot, instead of just being, oh, done.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever.
seriously, I actually, like, when I was watching it again last night, I actually paused the video and I was like, okay, no.
No.
I call hacks on that.
Yeah.
That is bull. That
Yeah.
is bull.
Okay, real quick, I gotta carry something off the screen real quick.
All right. So then afterwards, I think it was like Sunset who saw like the hooded other Twilight. I Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she does like the infamous behind the bus, gets on, and then disappears from like the bus stop.
Okay.
Transit doesn't work like that, by the way.
Transit just definitely
yeah,
doesn't work like that.
Definitely.
No,
not.
Also, it doesn't like buses do not show up literally 30 seconds after the last bus left.
Oh, take it from me. Transit is not convenient in any way.
Do you want to explain why?
Oh, because trying to get to this guy's house, friggin' this morning, oh my god, I can't even do it right now. It's just too frustrating. I just don't even ask.
So we've got the way too practical to actually be practical, or way too coincidental, I guess.
Yeah, it was too convenient.
Yeah.
Just way too convenient. Like real life transit is just not like that at all. At all.
And so the beginnings of our troubles with this movie.
Yeah.
Though most people would consider this splitting hairs, this is actually just.
So let's see. Twilight in the show grew up in Canterlot.
Yep.
She was Celestia's prize student, from Canterlot.
Mm-hmm.
They go to, in Equestria Girls, it's Canterlot High. The girls themselves, the other elements of Harmony, are from Ponyville, not Canterlot. And instead of like this being like Ponyville High or something like that, or Ponyville Middle School, like it's Canterlot. So where is Twilight coming from? Oh, I have the perfect solution for where she is. The Crystal Empire, that place that like just recently popped up in the show that didn't exist before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
that's
there
the
for like
perfect
one
place.
episode. Or actually two.
The only reason it makes sense is because her brother was there.
No, it still doesn't make sense.
Oh, her
No.
brother was just pointless too.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
pointless
they had to-
cameo.
Okay, let me
She
get back
shows
on
up
screen
twice.
before I keep talking.
She shows up like one time.
So it's like, the whole thing is, I get it. Like, where the hell did the thing come from? They just needed a place for the real Twilight to be, because it's like, oh, everyone has a counterpart. So where's Twilight? Oh, she's at a different school, which doesn't make sense in just the fact alone that she's Celestia's prized pupil.
Yeah, so you would think Canterlot, because if you think, well, she didn't go to Ponyville, she would still be in Canterlot studying.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
kind of like a moon dancer type.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
Crystal Empire.
Why weren't the other ponies at Ponyville? If there is a pony.
There is no
There is no
Ponyville
point.
High.
That's the point.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
Ponyville.
So like
kinda-
this is kind of this isn't really an issue. This is just me kind of nitpicking.
Yeah, it's really
this is
nitpicky.
nitpicking.
But
But
it
it's also- it
does
does-
kind of bother me.
It also brings up the question, the very big question is, where's the original human Sunset Shimmer? That's
She's
the big
dead.
one.
Dead.
She's dead.
Dead.
She's
She
dead.
gone.
Like we just
Buried
we
in a
discussed
ditch
this,
and
and we're
gone.
just like
My
buried in
head
it
canon
gone.
is that Sunset Shimmer, the pony one, killed the human.
Sunset
Sure. Just let me have my slur of words, please. It's the only thing I have to my name.
Sunshit Shimmer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
her
I
name was just really, really, really bad.
I don't know if they're
Sure.
gonna
She's
reference the human Sunset Shimmer in like the next one.
That
Please no, please no.
No,
No,
No
but I
more
mean-
of this.
no,
Nah.
I mean, there's
No.
gonna be a fourth movie. We all know.
Yeah,
it.
No,
it's
no,
so
I know
bad.
there's a fourth movie. I just
Yeah.
said no more of this like human meets pony version.
That's true. I think Twilight
Yeah.
was.
I am more than okay actually with the pony, like the human girls going to Equestria, because that would make for like a fairly like interesting fish out of water thing. But
Yeah.
probably with
It's
Sunset-
still
Because
contrived.
we've
and I really
seen
wouldn't-
the whole pony turning into a human thing, and it's like how she reacts. But we haven't seen humans turning to pony and having less like things to worry about.
like
Yeah,
how
but
Having
at the same
more
time,
with the
though-
horn or the well, I mean, Rainbow Dash for some reason was immediately perfect with using her wings in human form, which still gets me from the first movie.
I guess that's just instinct or something.
Let's see
Yeah.
what else. Oh, we also have the friendship games. They mean
The actual
nothing.
friends that shoot
Oh,
games
well, yeah.
themselves.
Friendship games, otherwise known as the plot device that nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah.
I will say though that I do love some of the names for the anti-main six in that movie.
Like the other six
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
the anti-six or whatever you want to call them. I don't even know. Do
The
they have
other
an official
ones.
name? Or technically it's
What?
five.
Does anyone really remember like all of their names?
I remember Sugarcoat because
Yeah, because she's
a
like the
pun
one
where
that's-
she doesn't sugarcoat anything.
She's the one, like
got
she's the
sweet
one
and
that
sour.
stood
Sweet
out.
and
Sweet
sour.
and sour, where Miss Bipolar Lady.
I liked her.
Yeah.
Bipolar Tourette's.
She was my favorite.
Yeah.
What was
Like,
the one with like the
personality
headphones?
wise.
The headphone
like,
girl. What was her name?
I
again?
don't even.
Lemon
I loved her.
Lemon something.
Lemon Drop or Lemon Heart?
I think it might have been Lemon Drop.
Lemon
But she was
Drop.
my favorite. I liked her the most.
Probably. But I
Uh,
think Sweet and Sour, definitely for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stood out.
Sugarcoat was probably.
Was that her name?
Yeah, Sugarcoat, because she didn't.
She had me
sugarcoat
laughing
anything.
more than once.
Yeah.
Like her name was supposed to be ironic, and it really was. It made me.
Was she
laugh.
the one that's like stated the obvious?
And she was just blunt about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Actually, I was.
Yeah, I like her
exactly
the most
here.
out of like all the
And if you
six.
can, actually,
I
honestly,
don't
I'll
have
get Twitter. Anyways, sorry. I mean, they were good characters, and I'd like to see a little more of them. A little bit, not a whole lot. Like not a whole movie based around it, but here and there.
Just like
some
a
of them
pop up or
in.
something like that.
Yeah,
I think that's worthy.
yeah.
But what was with the design for that one with the baton girl in the?
Oh yeah, the really adorable baton girl that was behind.
Just and then
Rainbow Dash
suddenly
in the
like adorable human like character, just like oh okay,
No.
not gonna be named at all, I'm sure. Like or
Yeah,
she
I
does have
forgot
a
to
name.
look up the name for her. I knew I forgot to do something.
Well,
Just
it's
like
not
not
your
named
fault.
on screen or anything,
Yeah,
but just like oh hey, there's a background
She's
character that
adorable.
I could kind of use some like light on.
yeah.
Oh yeah. that
If you guys
reminds
don't
me.
know who we're talking about, the scene when Rainbow Dash was doing her song at the beginning to cheer everybody up about the friendship games.
Oh, the pep rally.
The pep rally, yes, thank you. And the girl with that was the baton spinner for the marching band. Her, she had an adorable character design.
She was
Yeah.
adorable.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Impromptu songs in the movie. That's another count against it.
I don't know. Some of the songs were all like
Yeah, the
not
songs
all
were
the songs
pretty
were
good.
all bad.
Like the whole movie itself, the songs I think, as far as like how good they were, they're like not as good as Rainbow Rocks, but definitely better than the first one.
It's the thing is that Rainbow Rocks actually gave it an excuse to come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, Battle of the Bands, which is like
Yeah.
you have
It gave it an excuse.
Yeah.
This stuff is just okay. Songs out of nowhere, and she managed to get the entire marching band behind her on this, and we're all just accepting this.
Yeah, like when did they choreograph?
I mean, come
this?
on.
Like
Try not to slam the table. We got stuff to false.
I make no promises.
Also, try to not to swear because we're trying to keep this PG.
Again, I make no promises.
So we
Yeah.
should try.
let's try to limit this to PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because-
Well, I got
Because we already had one word slip, and I was like, it's okay.
okay.
And
Another
it was
10.
Well, PG-13 you can basically curse as long as you're not using it for a while.
Yeah.
So it'll be helpful for me because I curse like a sailor sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me too. You guys
Well,
know me.
Well, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I have
But-
to try and get mine all out before we start
Can
the
we
podcast.
just address like Twilight singing in public thing?
Yeah, that
Because
yeah.
like it
because she doesn't have any real music
Oh,
behind her, so no
that
one
was
can hear
so
it.
awkward.
At least with Rainbow Dash, it had
Yeah.
an excuse where like, oh yeah, it's the marching band, so her music is actually there.
just every time I see something like that, I just kind of cringe a bit because it's just like, okay, now just imagine myself in high school going through the halls with no musical accompaniment whatsoever, like singing my own like a song of my own creation,
It's like
very
yes,
very loudly,
yes, of course.
and people are taking
and-
notice of it too.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Of
It's not
course,
just in
people
her
are
head.
going to look at you like you're out of your mind.
Because I mean, I still talk to myself a bit when I'm like wandering because I kind of need to bounce ideas off of my own. You know,
Oh,
I
I
need
do
to
that
say
all the
things out
time.
loud.
Yeah.
I have
understand.
so-
Like, and people will
conversations
give
with
me weird
myself.
looks, and I'm just like, I'm kind of cringing. Like, okay, but if I were singing, how
Yeah.
much worse would this be?
I mean, I can't say much though, because at my school, there were girls that just because they were the ones that could sing, they sang everything they did.
Oh, yeah.
It
Well,
was
yeah.
annoying,
Yeah.
and they did it loud too, because they were. I'm not gonna go there.
Like, I
Well,
mean,
they can pull it off, but
Not
if you-
really, because a lot of times, like,
Well,
just
more
because
than
you
a guy-
can
well,
sing
no,
doesn't
well-
mean you should.
No, but more like compared to like a guy alone singing.
well, no, in this case, Twilight. But
Well,
Yeah, it was still a girl.
Oh, okay.
jeez, Twilight.
But it doesn't help that she didn't have any friends, so I was looking at her, what's the weird girl doing?
Well,
I just didn't like.
Well,
The
and then
singing.
I have the other plot device, the magic stealing, magic finder thing.
Yeah, the thing that,
that
she
they
didn't
never
test.
bothered
it
to
worked.
explain.
she's a brilliant student, super smart and all that. She's like going to go over to like a college, I guess is what Everton is.
Probably.
So
I think it was supposed to be
she
like.
built a device,
But she built a device, like she's a science student. She built a device that
No.
she did not test.
she knows about this world's magic more than Sunset Shimmer and everybody else.
No,
Well, no, she knows. She knows,
she
that
knows
it,
it
like,
exists. She
She
doesn't
knows
know
that there's
anything
some
about
weird
it.
energy.
Yeah, but
And that's
she
what
knows
she
how to
built.
build.
She built
to
something to
harness it.
sense the energy.
But she already built something to sense the energy.
Yeah, to
But
harness
she's
and
something that
I
that
don't think
shows
she built it to harness. I think she built it to get data.
Well, no, she built it to like find where the sources of energy were coming from.
But why does the thing
But
is how did she
didn't
design
test
it?
She didn't design it very well.
She apparently designed it to open up.
for some reason. Well, I guess like to work on it.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
to work on the internals. But how does something that goes from sensing things
To sucking it
like
up.
go to like vacuum cleaning?
That's true.
I don't know.
Well, like I said before,
Like,
it's
how
to
badly-
gather data. So I mean,
Well, no, like it wouldn't do that because no one ever designed something like that. Like I wouldn't design something that would like suck up radiation.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm looking for it.
Let me just get all the radiation close to me now. That I'm
Sorry,
finding
I've been playing Fallout, so
That's why we had the Fallout in front of him.
anyway.
And I've been playing Pokemon, so I haven't.
But like, how badly do you have to completely screw up your design to where it like performs a function you did not intend for it to do, and then releases that energy? You know, because you screwed up.
I was just thinking how she accidentally sucks up all the magic.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
accidentally
sorry.
every time.
Yeah. Oh,
and
I'm
then
sorry.
they have rainbow like later on. Never mind, I'll bring it up later.
When we get to
We
it.
can bring up the, I don't know, antagonist. I'm just using quotes.
Yeah, so Everton is well, not actually good.
Everton.
Crystal Prep.
No, I mean I like how that was used as like I don't really like it, but
No,
like it straight up blackmail.
it
Yeah.
really was
Yeah.
blackmail.
That
Pretty
was
much
straight
Like-
blackmail.
At any point, like Cadence was there for that,
And
she's in
and Twilight's
charge.
brother.
And Twilight's brother. They're in charge. Like I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Cadence is in
actually-
charge.
Cadence was the dean, and what's her name was only the principal.
Actually, if I remember correctly, they were asked to leave the room at that point.
I think so. They were asked to leave.
I don't
Yeah.
remember, but they were there for most of that.
But like legitimate like blackmail, Twilight could have gone to Cadence at any. Well, no, this is Twilight.
I
Never
mean,
mind.
anybody.
No,
could've-
socially awkward Twilight.
Anybody could have
It's like,
seen the
no,
lighting.
like
in a
my-
room that
my
something was
objection
gonna
is
happen.
overturned.
Yeah. It wouldn't have worked in any other way.
Yeah, Twilight just being her, socially awkward.
Yeah.
I said it. I thought it would.
Yeah, no, you said her
Just
just
being
being
her.
her. I was like, her just being her.
Yeah,
That's all you have to say.
like
It's
her
just-
social awkwardness is just.
it doesn't help that. I mean, I do like that they went back to Twilight not having friends characteristic.
Well, just like how Rainbow Dash is kind of a jerk, and all the other characters.
Yeah, a lot of them
jerks.
haven't done the growing that they did,
Right. 'Cause,
so
less time
it's
has
still
passed.
stuff that they have to learn because they didn't have a Twilight
It's
to teach them yet, and
It's like back to
Twilight
square
didn't have
one.
them to
Yeah,
learn from
basically.
yet.
Which
yeah,
is
but
kind
they
of
have the
frustrating
sunset
because
shimmer.
It's frustrating and also good that they remembered to do that.
Except
instead of
Sunset.
keeping all the
Everybody
growing
else
that they
except
did
Sunset.
already in the movies. Like that's
Right.
that's a good thing where it's like, oh no, they already learned all these lessons even though they weren't friends for that long and blah blah blah. I like it, but I mean I also don't like it. It's kind of hard to explain.
So basically, everybody except Sunset Shimmer. It's
Yeah,
just
Sunset Shimmer is actually is one of my favorite characters now because she's the only person who like looks at some things and takes a minute to like just step back and
Wait a
reassess.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
I mean, Applejack did that a bit in
Applejack,
the movies,
Applejack
but not
does
as,
that
She's
a
like
bit,
the
she didn't do it
closest.
as much in the third movie.
and she
No.
does that a lot in the shows where
Yeah.
she's usually the one who actually, unless
She,
the
like,
plot
guides
unless
them.
the plot tells her not to.
yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
heartwarming episode.
Yeah, good grief.
Oh,
I'm
She
gonna be the
was
stereotypical
so-
We'll get-
redneck.
we will get.
hillbilly.
We will
we'll get to that in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, that will
Anyway.
be in times.
But Sunset Shimmer is the straight man essentially of the group.
Lori, you know you got to put some input in, right?
I have.
She's asked some questions.
I have.
We love you, Lori.
Yeah, she has to talk over three or four of us here.
Four guys and one quiet girl.
Yeah.
Although outside of the podcast, she's not really quiet.
Oh no,
That's
she's
true.
right up there in loudness with me outside the podcast.
Not
Yeah,
that loud.
anyway.
I like how instead of looking at you guys like in person, I'm
looking-
just looking at you through the camera.
Yeah, that's very
I
natural.
know,
Like there
I
he
noticed
is over
that.
there, and there he is over there, and she
Yeah.
is.
Very natural of you.
Over there.
Oh
over
yeah,
there,
it's so
over
good
there.
of me. Like I want to keep eye contact with our audience. Hi, audience, all three of you. But it's just like I want to pay more attention to them that I'm kind of ignoring you guys.
Speaking of Sunset Shimmer, I wanted to say that when they released the DVD, they said that they cut because originally it was supposed to be two storylines: the one with socially awkward Twilight, and also Sunset Shimmer, like contemplating whether or not to go back to Equestria or not. And they decided in the end to cut Sunset Shimmer's story for the one we have now. And
Okay. But
Wait, what do you?
I feel as if that could make
Yeah,
a
that
good
wasn't
plotline
what
for a
happened.
fourth movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I
Wait,
was
say it
thinking
again.
because in this third movie, originally it was going to be two stories in this third movie. It was supposed to be socially awkward Twilight dealing with, the two schools, and also on the side, Sunset Shimmer contemplating whether or not she wants to go back to Equestria or not. So in the end, they cut that Sunset Shimmer's story out, which I think
Because
makes
nobody
sense.
has time for that.
Yeah, because for two reasons. One, I think that's too much for a movie in of itself, and number two, that
Or at
Sunset
least
Shimmer.
a movie of their
Well, no, I
their
think
quality of making, like lengthwise and the team that they have.
and length.
I
But
mean, if they could have made a much longer movie and had all of those plot points in it.
No, these movies should not exceed.
No, I'm saying
No.
they could have if they wanted
No,
to,
but
but
they
it's good that they didn't.
No, but that would be stupid of them to do that.
That's
Right,
what I'm
that's what he's
saying.
saying.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
saying they could have if they really wanted to.
Okay, but
Hey,
also number two, is that that in of itself is very good for like a separate movie. So I think that was the reason that they cut it out. Also, that duet, like what more is out there with Rebecca singing as Sunset and Twilight.
Oh, she was doing the vocals for both? I didn't realize
That
that.
was, when they originally were doing that two-story arc, they did the duet with Sunset and Twilight. What more is out there? And then when they cut Sunset's story out, they just did Twilight singing What More is out there. But
That probably would have been.
I would have liked to see the duet.
Yeah, that was.
I have it
that
on
would-
my iPod.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
watch
it came
that
out when
later.
I had
Yeah.
it.
I'll just say this in my personal opinion, and believe me, I've been
You're very biased towards loving Sunset Shimmer.
Yes, thank you for saying that.
Sunset
And
Shimmer
I could tell what you were going to say.
I am-
Sunset, Miss Hips for Days is the bomb.
I understand, but I will say right now,
Her and Pinkie Pie are the Equestria Girl waifus for me.
even if I'm not very biased for Sunset, I still prefer the duet over the original.
It seems like it's a cooler idea.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you're gonna have to speak up a little bit.
oh, okay,
Yeah, because the.
No, I've got it
is
in
a
my
lot
ear.
further.
yeah. So, did we talk about the whole friendship gains of itself?
No, we haven't
Oh
just that
boy.
yet.
Oh,
So
man.
let's do the first round.
What was that?
Well, no,
match-
just let's.
That was like the like like how OP Pinkie
Stop
Pie
the
is
montage.
at making freaking cakes. She's
so
OP as crap.
so in one event, it was a bakery making contest. What was it? A birdhouse.
No, the birdhouse was a little later into it. But
Jesus. And then just basically. Oh, sorry.
I think the deal with
And
the
then-
bird, the thing with the birdhouse that disappointed me was what was it, the ego kid and the
the stoner
math
kid,
guy?
The stoner kid.
the stoner pony,
Yeah,
the one with
no,
the green
Ego kid
dreadlocks.
and the math guy. I look at that and I was like, okay,
Those two
these
should be
two,
really good at
these
making
two
a
together
birdhouse.
would probably be the most qualified to do something like
And
this.
I was
Like if you were like, I thought it was
Yeah,
like
but
a human,
Applejack.
like a male.
I was
version
totally
of Tree
expecting
Hunter.
Applejack to just
Kinda.
blow away that.
Again, the stoner pony.
Yeah,
I mean,
stoner pony, stoner pony.
Yeah.
I see something like that and I was like, okay, show you're dropping the ball here.
Yeah. No, I mean they had to have them when something after Pinkie Pie destroyed the pastries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I was like, okay, you sacrifice the actual logic of it to make way for main six characters.
Yeah.
Makes
And then it
sense.
ended with Sunset and Twilight, socially awkward Twilight, doing the
Yeah.
math league kind of competition at the end, where
Which Twilight OP again, because Sunset Shimmer is magically
She's smart. No, she's got smarts, but not quite the level of Twilight.
not
She's
Yeah, like
definitely
she was still able to like kind of keep up. But,
yeah,
you
she's
know.
definitely genius level, but not quite Twilight genius level.
yeah.
Twilight's like over the top.
Also, just liking Sunset simply because she has the whole rocker girl look
Yeah, she
going
does.
on, and Twilight's just kind of bookwormish, awkward.
Yeah.
So Sunset Shimmer just kind of like the best of both worlds, smart and really confident.
Yeah. She pulls it off really well.
Sunset
Yeah.
Shimmer, best wife.
They really
Yeah.
did write her character well, to where most times when they try and make characters like that, they fail and make it too much one way and not the other. But they did a really, really good blend of her character. because they made it
Twilight in
well.
the show though is getting a lot better with that.
Yeah, Twilight's getting
Because
better.
she still has her
Yeah.
little awkward moments, but now they're just kind of adorable,
Yeah.
as opposed to just, oh dear lord, just stop.
Speaking of that,
But another thing that's been
No.
happening in the show is Pinkie Pie's been getting
No.
worse about some stuff.
I was gonna say which like reaction did you get when socially awkward Twilight bumped into you know who?
Oh,
Waifu
Lord.
Sailor.
Yeah, but
I
she
got
has-
such a just like
As we discussed last week, no shipping. Like,
Yeah.
no, like there doesn't. If it doesn't need to be there, don't don't include it into the show.
But I kind of find it how socially awkward Twilight was just like I don't know you. Let me just excuse me.
That was
like,
beautiful.
It was the
And
whole
then-
part of her just everyone made it hate Twilight, and she's just like, "Arr!
No,
oh
then-
God, what? Arr!"
No, but then like Flash Sentry's like trying to get up on her, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I don't know you. Let me move away, please." And then Derpy's just like
lean away
comforting
from
her.
him to lean into me.
Yeah,
Chris.
No,
That was
because
good.
the
I
wording
just-
there was just like what?
It's just his whole existence is just pointless.
I want them to do
Yeah,
a whole
I think
episode
we've
of
all-
that.
I mean, he had a little more point in the last movie because he was part of the band. That made more sense
He
last
actually
one, but
played a role.
yeah, he was
Sort of
aside
competing
from,
for about
from,
10 minutes.
Aside from oh hi, my
Love
relationship is still here, but we're not doing anything with it. Okay, goodbye.
I'm mad at you because you're competing against me in the Battle of the Bands.
Also-
you clearly beat me.
The Question Twilight really only likes this version of Flash Sentry.
She kind of
There's really nothing going on between Flash Sentry and
Pony Flash.
That Pony
Didn't
Flash
they bump
and
into
Pony
each
Twilight.
other though?
Yeah,
At
at
the
the end
end.
of the first movie.
That's
they
the
did.
only way
And
they
she
run
also-
into each
That's
other.
the
Also-
only time they've seen each other, as far as it's shown.
I don't think I've ever really complained about this,
Like,
but
whenever
Pony-
they meet, the only what happens, they always bump into each. That's the only way they introduce the character in everything they do.
Oh hey,
Like-
bump.
to be honest, it doesn't make sense. Like humans are naturally usually attracted to humans. Like first off, like you find a human attractive, you don't really find your dog attractive. You can
Unless you're a
appreciate
weirdo.
My dog is sexy as fuck. Yeah.
no, you can appreciate like your
Oh,
dog.
fuck.
Like
Oh, there goes the
like,
rating.
there's a good-looking dog, right? But like
I said
you don't. But you're attracted
You
to
can't
humans,
play that.
generally speaking.
Oh,
Twilight was
so.
raised as an equestrian. She is naturally attracted to ponies and equestrians. Turns into a human, hot guy. Just what?
It doesn't make sense.
What is this feeling?
Why? Just like and then suddenly love interest. Just what? Why do you suddenly?
Whereas none existed before.
Yeah, it's really weird
like,
because
yeah, honestly, if
it's
she had made a joke like everyone just kind of looks the same to me, I would have been perfectly okay with that as a joke.
like no, they didn't go that route because they thought it would have been racist. Obviously,
Well,
It's Technicolor humans. How can that possibly? Never mind.
There's not even
someone would have been
a
offended
race-
by it, just like someone was offended by Derpy.
Okay, but
No,
a race
there
can't
wouldn't have-
even exist
I
in
swear they
that
wouldn't
kind of
have.
world.
Yeah, I can. There's
No, I
blue
think-
people. There's purple people. There's yellow people.
No, I think we would have gone. past
Everyone's
that
a different
I'm
color.
still
No, there's
upset
few people.
that
That's...
Big Mac is not
Oh my
red.
God! Nobody cares. The Big Mac's
I
not
care.
red.
He's like normal white. He's not red. And
Okay,
it makes
if
me
you-
mad.
If
Okay,
he
but
was
his
red,
color
everybody
scheme
would think
is
he'd just stand out in the sun
Yeah,
too
that's
long.
I don't care.
His color scheme in the show is pretty.
Like in the show as a
Weird.
pony, it kind of works.
But
But
as
as
a
a
human,
human,
it
it
just looked
wouldn't.
like he'd
But
be
they had-
sunburnt all the time.
All they would
Yeah.
have to do is like cut
looked-
down his
it looked
color.
like
Like
But then he
everybody
would have
else.
legitimately been a redneck.
I don't care.
I
still
do.
want
A
him to be
literal
red.
redneck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would have been a literal.
Anyway,
I'm still
God,
upset
us
about
fighting.
that.
Let's go to the
sounds great.
second.
back to the show or
The
to
second
the movie.
movie,
I
Yeah,
guess.
the second event, which was what would
Actually
you call
touched on.
it? a not a triathlon.
Yeah, it was
Kind of
okay.
triathlon
Yeah,
in a way.
I keep on thinking that
Okay.
was the final event.
My first question about that whole thing: where the hell does the budget for that come from?
I don't know.
The private school.
I don't
but,
care how
private
private a
school.
school you are. You
No,
gotta
private
have.
schools have a lot of money.
My private
Take-
school did not actually.
The
No.
private
Mine
school
didn't
my
either.
stepbrother went to, they were just rolling in it.
It's probably because they actually
I'm-
charged a lot of
Was
money.
it a cap?
What kind of private
You
school
heard
do
of
these
it?
kids go to? Like freaking Harvard?
Yes.
Okay, but like the walls are legitimately made of crystal.
Yeah, that's true. If that there's
Yeah,
no-
well, thank the artist for that one. But
No, like your walls are made of diamond. You literally just like chip off a section of it.
and
Why
just
would they chip it
sell
off? They
some.
already have enough money.
that's destruction of property, though, isn't it?
But
No,
it's
I mean
their
like
property.
the owner. Never mind.
But it's not.
Anyway.
I love overthinking this.
Yeah.
I just
Okay, yeah, motocross.
Oh yeah.
The moto.
That
moto.
don't even look like
Before
dirt
the
bikes.
motocross,
They
before
don't
the
look like
They don't
motocross.
even
Well,
look like motorcycles.
They barely look like motorcycles, but if anything, they look like street bikes.
Not even that.
Yeah, but they look more like that than they do motor. Like
They
motocross.
tried to give it too much like design to where it didn't look like anything.
Also, least aerodynamic suits ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
all thanks to Rarity.
Yeah, because she doesn't really think of functionality.
Are we
That's
sure?
Rarity.
Yeah, are we sure that Rarity is like a good designer?
I mean, she makes good clothing.
Does
It's
she
not
makes-
practical for stuff.
Yeah.
It looks better than it works.
So I think the only time that she's ever actually listened to customer input is art of the dress thing.
Well,
And
yeah.
I don't remember what the name of
anyone
that
watching,
episode is.
please feel free to make any comments in the chat or tweet us on anything that you found good or bad about the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
We're here for your
Yeah.
interaction as well.
But like the only times we've ever seen her like take customer input is
That one
time, and ever since then,
What, season
never
one?
again. Yeah, it's
And then it ended horrible.
yeah, but
That's
like
why she doesn't.
Yeah, because they turned out really
'Cause it-
bad.
Because it
who cares?
was a mishmash of everything but the kitchen sink.
Well, you're listening to your customer. The customer's always right.
Well, that's true.
and even if
too.
the customer's wrong, you still do it.
because they're paying.
Well, I mean, in the end, the customers were right because they realized, oh, we were wrong, so you were right, which makes us right, which make.
Nah, you're
Shush.
overthinking it.
Mm.
No, so when it comes
I don't
time for
think
like
you're
her
watching
friends,
the sound.
when it comes time for her friends to be like, you really didn't need to like do all this because we don't really need all this. She just, oh, I know, I totally didn't have to, but I did anyway, and it just sort of infuriating.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I didn't get about that scene was the whole roller rink thing of them, the roller derby thing.
How do they do that on dirt?
It was.
It wasn't
They
dirt.
put wood down. It was
They put
wood.
wood.
But still, like, okay, so the
How did the other girls? How did they catch up so far?
well,
that
no,
it's, like,
it's just
almost
like how many
physically
laps did they
impossible?
have to do, and wouldn't they be
It
finished
looked like
by
it
the
was
time they got
it looked
there?
like 8 laps.
No, it was 5, I think, because they got 3 points from the
No,
archery.
it was 8 laps around or something like that.
No, it was
Oh,
you
no,
get
no,
a
you
point
meant
per
right
lap.
there. It was
It was 3
5
points for the
laps.
archery and then 5 laps total. But how did they were 3 laps behind and then they caught up and lapped them twice, almost.
Well, probably because at that point, Pinky and Rarity kind of started.
No, they wouldn't have slowed down.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't have slowed down that much.
Piggy Pie wouldn't have just because of how hyper she is.
Did you see how they were acting before they got to start, on that part? They were basically just going around. It's like, yeah, we're moving, you're not.
Well, they were just drained of their energy, their magic.
Yeah, they were
There
drained
is
of their
that.
magic that made them less energetic.
But at the same time,
yeah,
But yeah,
even
so
then,
come on,
it's-
you're 3 laps ahead. How?
Yeah.
How,
They
how
looked
do
like
you?
they were
so
they
going
just
away.
wanted to make it a neck and neck race. I understand that, but they should have put a little more thought into it, where it shouldn't have taken that long for them to catch
you
up.
shouldn't have conceded 5 laps.
It shouldn't have been that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But another thing is like, it showed how Applejack helped her no matter, even though, they weren't friends. She still was honest and told her how to do it. Whereas the other girl was like, "Yeah, listen to the friggin' loser that we're fighting against."
I don't know. Like, was there like a rule against helping your
No,
teammates
there
or
is
something?
no. That's the
Then
point.
why the hell wouldn't you help
It's
your
called the
teammates?
friendship game.
It wasn't. She wasn't teammate though. Or are you talking about
What's her name?
what's her
The
name?
Awful girl.
The
We
bipolar?
said her
They
name a
didn't
minute
like
ago.
her.
Oh, sweet and sour.
Sweet and
Sour.
sour.
Sweet and sour.
Yeah.
Because they did not like her and they wanted her to fail, but yet they wanted to win, which I didn't understand whenever they were doing the mathlon thing.
Yeah,
Like,
she did it and they
how
were still
come-
mad at her.
Whenever they won, and they were still like, "Oh, Twilight, I hate you." And I was like, "Seriously, why can't you just cheer her on?" Poor Twilight. They liked her.
It's the same reason you guys don't cheer me
Oh, well, you suck.
on. Exactly.
Let's see.
Thank you for making my point for me.
Also,
Thank you for insulting the host of the podcast.
wait a minute.
Just because you're in the center.
You're off the podcast.
Aw,
I'm kidding. You're still on the podcast, obviously.
yay!
There was also a scene where portals actually.
Oh yeah, friggin' Aperture Science up in there.
What was it from
I was
the
in
like
it, I didn't know
socially
where this
awkward
is
Twilight? What was it from Twilight's?
It was from the
Okay.
pendant thing that was stealing
Oh.
the magic. It was opening portals to Equestria.
Because it
But
was,
it was-
so
But the
magic.
weird thing was, it was portals that wasn't turning them into the counterparts. They stayed in their form if they went through those portals.
No, it was more like a portal to Little
It was
Shop of
Everfree.
Horrors gone bad.
Everfree
Yeah,
Force.
the portals went straight to Everfree.
Yeah.
And, but it was really weird because Spike was a dog no matter where he went through, and apparently if they went through, they'd stay humans.
Well,
That's a really weird
they
concept.
didn't show on the other side whenever Spike went through. Like, he kind
No,
of
it
changed.
showed that he was still barking like a dog
There
through
was
the whole time.
there was
Oh, well,
so
yeah,
much
true.
of
He
it.
was
Oh, yeah,
barking.
There was
Spike
so
said
much
this
of
stuff
that
being
that just
able to
made
talk.
Yeah,
it.
it's-
Yeah.
he gets in the stream of magic, and I guess he absorbed some of the magic instead of it getting taken away, and so he
But-
learned to talk.
When they closed the portals, do you think... I think he should have stopped talking. whenever they closed the portal.
No, it was because he took some of Fluttershy's magic. Whenever Fluttershy's magic was getting sucked up, it went into him. Is what it's supposed to be.
Just doesn't.
Who
There's
knows?
so much of it that just
I
doesn't
don't-
make sense.
I don't
Oh yeah,
tend to
I don't.
overthink it.
Did we ever talk about Spike being turned into like a dog and how like that affects?
Spike becomes a dog. He has a better role in the entire thing. That's just
No, but like,
basic rule.
It's more important as a
like
dog
what would you
than
say
as a
is
dragon.
like higher up on the scale of like, creatures, ponies or dragons?
Dragons?
I would think dragon.
What would you say is like the stronger, the more like
Dragons.
Well, if dragons
I would
were
think
stronger,
dragons.
then wouldn't they be able to overpopulate?
Equestria.
Like be able
They
to take
probably
over?
have
dragons
their-
sleep too much though. That's their problem.
That's true.
Yeah,
They're
they
really
probably
low.
have their own nation, like that's neighboring Equestria, just
They
like
do.
all the other.
Dragons are
It's
like
all the
cats.
map.
There's
It's
like
on
a
the map.
there be dragons
Yeah.
to avoid.
It's like all the way on like the eastern side of
Yeah.
all of Equestria.
But like based off of what we've seen from the show, dragons are intelligent for the most part.
Yeah.
They're fairly
They're
cunning
aggressive.
as well. They're very aggressive.
Very
I don't-
protective of their
I don't know about
chickens.
you,
They're
but
like
like
high
if
school
they
football players.
If they wanted
if
to,
they turned into like humans though,
If-
wouldn't you assume that they would like turn into something bigger, like better than a human?
yeah. But the thing is they had to find a way for
Which
Spike.
obviously is a dog, right?
They had to find a way for Spike
Dogs
to
are way
be
better.
still an animal and not quite the same
Shush,
species as
sorry.
Twilight. Because if he would have turned it, which doesn't make sense because then it's like the Diamond Dogs turn
He
into
should've been
humans.
a
And the
Fox.
diamond dogs turn into humans, and they're
really ugly.
Dumb.
They're
as
dogs. Like you'd think
their
dogs would
designs
turn
are
into
hilarious.
dogs.
though.
Yeah,
Their
that's
designs
true.
are so dumb, and it's so because they basically kept them the same body shape, but just took off the dog ears and put human ears.
Mm,
Basically.
yeah.
So on to the third event, which
Oh, it
Didn't
Never
we didn't
happened.
even, we didn't even
It-
really cover.
well, first of all, we get
we didn't
more-
even finish covering that. We talked about the roller rink and the dirt bike. We didn't even talk about all the dirt bike scene, but we didn't even say anything about the archery much. Where it's like Fluttershy just randomly like through shaking just hit a bullseye.
You know,
got
because
so many chips.
because Fluttershy.
Yeah, because
like Fluttershy and Lord of the Gifs.
Guys, you said gifs.
you're
I don't.
we're gonna have a big talk after the podcast.
Yay.
I don't care.
So
So
I want to
Oh,
point out that
joy.
Fluttershy's ponytail
Oh, yeah,
was
Fluttershy
so
with a ponytail.
adorable.
It was the cutest thing ever. Whenever Fluttershy had her archery ponytail,
I
Yeah,
loved it.
it was so adorable.
Sure.
I'm gonna draw that. I don't know when, but I will eventually.
okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of really good screen captures.
Oh yeah, we got a ton of great ones. I'll probably I'm gonna tweet them out after this for anyone that cares.
Yeah.
So just check the Twitter and I'll tweet out all the screenshots we got on Friday when we watched it. It was Chris, Lauren, and I. We watched it
And they're not
together.
really screenshots; they're more pictures.
I
of
took
your
pictures
phone.
of the screen, so I shot the screen with a camera.
So literally a
I almost shot
screenshot.
the screen with the movie.
Yeah, we should go into that someday. But
No.
it sounds interesting.
Not really.
Was it because you were watching something and you were like, "Screw this," or
No, sport. This is what would happen.
I mean, that reminds me of that one gift of that kid that puts the case on the phone and he hits it with a hammer and it looks like, "Oh my god, it's destroyed!" Like, what did you expect to happen?
No, I was saying.
Anyway.
Gift of Fluttershy, and she just lazily like shoots the arrow, and it's just like the scene of Lord of the Rings. Really.
Because Fluttershy.
It's Fluttershy.
Yeah, because
Now you're talking like Fluttershy over there.
I don't know.
I
Sorry.
think that if Fluttershy didn't make it, she would have cried.
Probably.
And
I
they
don't know.
didn't. They didn't want to have a scene about that.
Well, they probably just need.
Well, I mean, they had
needed
to make her
move the
make the
plot
shot, or
forward.
else they would have lost immediately.
They needed to move the
It
plot forward.
Yeah.
They would have been 0 for 2 at that
Right.
point.
So,
Yeah.
the third event, because
Well-
let's just move on.
Yeah,
So
go back
before
to the portals with
before
all
that-
the tentacles and the
Tentacles.
Well, nothing
and
happened
the
except
plants.
I
And
watched enough
and
Ninja
how
to know
Rainbow
what happens
Dash was-
next.
still and then we pointed out that Rainbow Dash and Sunset
No, at
Shimmer
this point-
switched bikes. In real life, that would have gotten you disqualified, right? Most
Yeah,
likely.
most
Dash
likely.
switching
In
bikes.
motocross, that would get you disqualified.
Well, in real motocross, you don't have teammates like that you switch with, and that's actually funny because I was watching the real motocross with my stepdad last night, and shout out to Ryan Dungey for winning. Or no, he didn't win. No, he won last week. Sorry, I'm getting last
Get your
week's
facts
confused.
straight.
I'm getting my-
that's
I'm
a
getting
good
the races.
shout out, man.
I'm getting the races confused. I'm sorry. It was Tomac that won, I believe.
Racist confused.
The race.
Don't know if it's Hitler or if it's shoot.
Moving on.
Anyway,
But I was going to say,
I just heard myself.
how are they able to maneuver those bikes in the dirt with all those tentacles coming
skills.
Rainbow
Oh,
Dash saved him.
no.
I've seen enough
fancy
hentai to know
animation.
what this is.
Oh,
Oh, good
oh
lord.
man.
No, those bugs
Yeah.
just did not look like they were meant
I don't know
for dirt.
where the
I
hell.
really didn't.
I don't know where the hell those portals were coming from, but it looked like the Little Shop of Horrors just went crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, Rainbow Dash saved both of the competitors and still got not happy about it. Like, we just saved your person's life. She would have died multiple times. But yeah, you can count
winning
that as
is
cheating.
obviously winning is more important than your students' lives.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
clearly.
that's the thing. I was sitting there, it's like, they're not calling this for the sake of safety. And then after they cross the finish line, please, everybody go to the gym. Yeah, real nice priorities there.
Yeah, wait
This
for
is
the
the-
race to be over.
And also, this is the part, also, for the 5th time, socially awkward Twilight steals Rainbow Dash's magic.
No,
To address that though, at this point they have
But they
seen
know that
and
she's
they
stealing
know that
magic.
she's stealing magic.
Yeah.
And Rainbow
And
Dash
Rainbow Dash
just walks right up.
ponied up.
Yeah.
Ponied up, walks up. Don't worry about that. My magic.
And
Like,
then,
okay,
well,
that one was your
I don't
fault.
know what went wrong.
to be fair, this is where Sunset. This is my favorite part, where Sunset was like, "I had enough of your antics right now." It's like, what are you doing? Why are you here?
Seriously, why? Like, she said what everyone was thinking,
Yeah.
but
Pretty
she
much.
went across
Again,
it a
this
little.
is this is reason why Sunset Shimmer is waifu.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
Because she
is,
legitimately just says exactly what the audience was thinking.
Yeah.
the thing
It's-
is that actual scene, what she was actually
That's-
saying there,
it's
it
very
seemed like she
real.
was also kind of yelling at herself a bit.
It kind yeah.
True.
That's probably part of the plot where Tibor was talking about where she wanted to go back to Equestria. She's probably thinking of herself at the same time, like, what are you doing?
That's probably
Like,
actually
what's
that's
your
probably
life?
true. That's kind of like
It's
reflecting-
probably a line that they left in because they realized it still worked.
Yeah, that's true. It can
Yeah.
work
Like,
for both
especially
ways.
when she was saying, it's like, you want to understand this, but you don't.
That's true.
But
Yeah,
that's
no.
the thing that
Ooh,
she
that's
doesn't understand it either
Yeah, that's
because
true.
she was trying to figure out how they ponied up.
That whole scene's like, she's yelling at Twilight, but at the same time, she's kind of saying what she's feeling
Yeah,
about
she's yelling at
herself.
herself because she doesn't know either and still needs Twilight.
Yeah.
But it's not that Twilight. Blah, 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 blah. Whole
And all
bunch
the
of stuff. We could
confusion.
really go in depth with that, but I don't
So-
know how many people would find that interesting.
Now we're into the third arc.
Yes.
The
Okay,
one
so-
that-
so
the
let's-
one
the
that's
whole-
never happened.
Okay, so let's start.
The
with,
whole, the song,
No. Okay, so let's start with that where
The song that came
This-
out of
where-
nowhere and
no,
just
no,
didn't
no.
fit.
where
Hold on,
the
hold on.
principal goes into like, you,
Chill.
okay, so the principal realizes, wait a minute, she's got some magic in her.
no, that's
Or-
not where I was. I was going the whole thing where the principal was like, you shouldn't use magic, that's cheating.
Oh, that's true.
There's
oh,
all like, she
well,
goes
I
on a
think
whole rant
to
of
explain that though.
You shouldn't use
No, to
magic.
explain
That's
that
cheating.
thought
Let's
process.
use magic.
that's true.
Well, again, to explain that thought process. Okay, so my opponents are cheating. I might as well.
But it's like, this is the thing though,
You know,
she
let's-
goes on this
let's
whole rant
level
of
the playing
like, you guys shouldn't be using that magic, that's cheating, blah, 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 blah. And then immediately she's just like,
I don't know. Is it cheating to use your natural abilities?
that's not natural.
Wait,
Natural,
there
no,
was
it's
one other
natural.
There was one other thing I
It's
kind
part
of
of it.
found.
It's only part of
Interesting
them
about-
I would say
because of
supernatural.
Twilight. The other
Okay, but
Twilight.
It's still natural.
Part of it.
There's one
Like,
thing
they
I
can't
found
control that.
kind of interesting about this. She called them trained attack plants, right? In the-
Trained
in the-
attack plants. Like the-
Possibly.
Yeah.
I can't remember
yes,
exactly.
I think so.
Because it's
I
at
don't-
this
I
point
fail
that the
to
movie started to
see-
blend together for me.
I fail to see how she can consider that an advantage for them when they didn't even know what was going to be in the event in the
And
first
they were
place.
That's true.
saving
Well,
the
they didn't realize that
awesome.
was going to be happening.
Like nobody knew what was going to be
But-
there.
The fact that it seemed like it didn't try and go after the Canterlot girls is probably why they said that, even though the Canterlot girls were the ones stopping it.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
I thought it
she
was
goes
going after
she goes in the whole
everybody.
thing about saying that's using magic is cheating and you guys are cheaters, and then she immediately goes, "Hey, you stole their magic. We should use it now." Peer pressure, blackmail, all of this stuff in a song to make her do something that she doesn't want to do. She's scared. She doesn't want to
And
use
then
the
But
magic.
then she decided, okay,
In
I'll
an
do it.
extremely
like-
out of place song, but I might
Yeah.
extremely out of place.
No.
Yeah.
I did like the kind of like chorus kind of sound to it
Yeah,
personally.
it's just
No, I would just like to replace that song with a stem track of "Do It,
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Because I think
That's all
it might
it was.
actually make it better.
That's basically all it was. do it, or else you're not going to college, and you're not going to have friends, and
Not
we're going to look
necessarily,
down on you.
you're not going to go to college. It's just
You're not going to go to your
scholarship.
college.
You won't get a scholarship.
You're
to
not
the
gonna
most
get-
prestigious school
You won't
ever.
go to the college you want to. You're going to go to the college we choose, which is going to be a community college, which is probably what was going through Twilight's mind. Was, oh, I have to go to community college.
Well,
College sucks.
No.
I might as well just go to something like Phoenix University.
community
So-
college. No, I have to pay for high school now.
Pay for high school.
I thought that she basically told her that she wasn't going to be able to leave.
Right.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
go.
That's part of it.
Yeah,
that's true.
it was blackmail.
But again,
She's
to
blackmailing
anybody
her to
except
use-
for socially awkward and inept, Twilight, that would have been I should probably go to the police with this.
Yeah.
So why didn't the soccer
Yeah,
moms
she could
get on
kind of
this
get
one?
sued for that.
Why didn't the soccer moms get on this one? Because they used her disability against her,
What disability? What?
being socially awkward. And
That's not really a disability.
That's just
Yes,
Well,
There.
depends on how you
well,
look
is
at
as
It
it.
kinda
socially
depends.
awkward as she was.
It depends on how you look at it.
It kind of depends. Like if they had stated that she had
If
everything that
they
we
went out and
discussed
said,
about things that she
Well, they didn't
has,
say that Derpy had a
she
disability.
really doesn't.
well, she doesn't. That was just
It doesn't.
That was just her being Derpy, but the soccer moms attacked that.
No,
Well, yeah,
Well,
because
that was just like an
again,
error.
they can't exist without attacking something.
Socially, and part of that was also the voice that they paired along with it.
yeah,
That's
it's a
true.
lot of it was
Because
the voice.
It was
For
like
Derpy,
your,
at least.
it was your stereotypical.
Oh, come on,
special
that was
needs child.
adorable.
It was adorable. I
No, I
loved
know it was adorable for us, but to some people it could be offensive.
it. To who?
Moms that don't have anything to do with children like that, but think they do, so they
Or
say
moms
Moms
something.
who
that
have
do
derpy children.
No, honestly, I don't think moms that do have children like that would say anything, because then their child's like, that one's like me, and their child is happy.
Sounds
Yeah, like
Mothers-
they're
Because
representing-
because
mothers that go
that's
on
the thing that
television.
I get about it is, if I had someone in my family that was like that in special needs, I would feel offended that there's no one to represent them in anything.
Okay.
There's no characters like them in any show
How did we get
because
on this rant?
well,
My fault.
Okay, to be fair, to be completely fair, Twilight does not actually have a disability.
Well,
What
it's
she
not.
is, she's
It's not
exact-
explicitly stated.
Well, in which case I would have a disability because I was socially awkward for the first 5 years of my schooling. Because I like.
I
I was
So-
socially awkward for the first 20 years of my life, and I'm not 20 yet.
I still am.
That's what I was saying.
Well, again, you
Me too.
work on that. Like it's something you can overcome just by talking to people.
yeah,
I mean, unless you're stated to have some other prior problem that causes it, then it's not really a disability. It's just something you have to work on.
Meh.
anyway, so Twilight turns evil.
That,
Yeah,
that,
the design-
that honestly
Woo!
that made no sense.
It did make
Yeah,
sense
that's
because it was
Well,
the
because she-
same exact thing that Sunset Shimmer did.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense. She's peer pressured into releasing the magic, which essentially turns her
Rush of
evil
power.
against her will.
Rush of
because
power.
a rush of power with no control over it corrupts. Absolute power corrupts
You
absolute.
It
can-
makes sense.
But you can see how it's against her will as she's getting absorbed by the ball of energy.
Yeah, she kind of turned
Sort
too
of.
quickly.
But again,
It was too drastic a change.
you've never had. Okay, hold on. You've never had an adrenaline rush where suddenly you go from kind of normal you to just happy-go-lucky you.
Not to the point where I want to enslave everyone.
No,
in the world.
I'm not comparing it to that. I'm comparing you've never had a sudden mood change through adrenaline.
Not
rush?
really, no.
I'm sure you
You
have,
need to
just
live
don't
more.
realize it.
Yeah, I know.
Usually, when the people have more adrenaline, it's their whole behavior changes.
Like normally, I'm a fairly safe person, but during an airsoft game where I'm
Oh,
getting
yeah.
shot at, suddenly I'm Rambo.
I would like to see this.
Mhm.
We should have an airsoft war.
Yeah.
We should.
Or a paintball.
Yeah.
Or laser tag.
So
But
Hell, I love laser
no, but I understand why she went evil there. It's just
Yeah,
kind of the
it-
rush of it's kind of I guess a head rush. Here.
Okay,
Just
but
it's just something
like
a
just
rush
like a
of power.
swarm of just.
it's just it goes from she wants to understand magic to where she wants to use it to destroy everything in her way. It's
She has good reason. It's
It
kind
makes sense.
it's too drastic.
It's not really when you think about it. It's their way of saying Sunset Shimmer is now taking care of the same problem that she was in the first.
It's not
movie.
like any socially awkward people have ever just had enough of the crap they have to deal with every day and
snapped.
snap and potentially.
It's
shoot
very
people.
look. You're
I mean, it's
Okay,
understandable.
okay, now
It's-
it makes sense. Like it's the kid that's always made fun of and then grabs a gun and thinks he's all
Yes.
powerful god.
exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's
now.
almost to the T of
Or,
what it
or
is.
maybe so much so like when there's like a school assembly and then like the unpopular kid just
Hold
grabs a
it.
mic.
There we are.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
better.
He grabs a
Like
mic.
not necessarily like go out and
Yeah.
people, because I think we might have the wrong.
No, but I'm thinking more of like where he has a microphone where it's like he has the power to say like whatever he wants to like
And he just-
whole body of people. And then he just he
Just
just
curse here and just like no fucks given.
oh yeah, well it's just like an empty like silence because they're like wow, this never happens ever.
And then okay, but the design though, like forget like just turning into
Midnight Sparkle is the
Ooh.
official name.
Did she grow a couple sizes a little bit? To you?
Mine's that.
Yes.
All
I will have to go back.
Hey,
Yes.
Cameron.
Oh, yes.
I have to
All
examine
Android
this
phones
very,
like
very.
that.
I will have to research this.
Yes,
I'll be
all
in my
Android
booking
phones.
every
I will be in my
That's
cheaters.
Oh, good lord!
This will take a couple hours. Extensive studies.
I don't know. It just, no matter how many times
So-
I look at it, it just looks like they're setting up something for Sunset to take down, just to try to bring it into her arc.
Well, they're not even ending her arc. It's just like it's showing that she's learning to be more like Twilight. The fact that she's taking down someone and that's in the same position she was in
Well,
the
the
first.
sunset shimmer is the magic, is the element of magic of the human world.
Yes.
Yes.
not
she
this
is magic.
Twilight.
Yes.
It's
So
basically
basically, this was her thing of becoming an alicorn.
Well, yeah, she got like the glowy wing
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. She had a horn and wings. So
Also,
yes, that was the human version
Midnight
of Malachor.
Midnight Sparkle's wings though were actually really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I also loved her fire glasses. Those were cool.
I guess.
it looks pretty cool.
It was
But
kind of a mix between Sombra, Chrysalis, and a couple other villains, I think.
Well, not like as I pointed out like before, it wasn't really like Chrysalis.
Yeah, it wasn't really a Chrysalis horn.
Like, there's
Chrysalis
a,
horn is different.
There's like a divot that goes around in a spiral around every unicorn horn, and due to animation, just like them being cheap, it always just kind of
smoothed it out
like,
and
it
just
just kind of
drew a
looks like there's a line. But it's more of like a classical unicorn's horn where it's it's got like an actual.
Except
groove
hers
going.
were like sharper.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Is if you looked, you could tell it did go in a spiral.
mm.
Like it was actually patterned to.
So then we get Daylight Shimmer.
Yes,
Oh,
daylight. Is that really the name for it? I
Well,
didn't know that.
well, what's the opposite of sunset? It's daylight. They go with the opposite.
I thought it was just angel mode or something.
No.
crap.
It's
Angel
daylight.
mode. Angel mode sounds like something to be like an
Sunrise.
That's the point.
Sunrise.
Because that anime face that Twilight made when she was crying.
Oh my god.
Sunrise shimmer.
It's just basically like
Sunrise. Yeah, that's not that bad.
yeah.
So yeah, they did a whole god devil thing. God
Yeah,
devil fight.
the angel and demon.
And then they got the whole into the whatever it was. It kind of gave sort of a
It's like
Deathly
separate-
Hallows
And then
vibe.
there's no telling what went on after it. We
I wonder
went
what
away from that
everybody
screen.
outside of that was thinking. Like
They just saw a giant flash, I'm sure, and it was just like,
I think
"Oh!"
I think to
It,
them,
honestly kind of gave sort of a Deathly Hallows vibe to it.
I think it. to
They
them-
don't actually show how long it took while they were in there, because time could have slowed down for the
Yeah, they
the
could have
two
been-
girls
I
in
think-
there.
It's possible they could have been sitting there for like hours.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could have been hyperbolic
So-
chamber kind of
So,
thing.
like, when are they gonna come out and?
No, that's not what we were thinking.
personally, to me, I think.
When are they gonna get? Are we just gonna sit here?
Well, I think
We're just
to them,
gonna.
I think to them it just lasted like a couple seconds. For those two, it clearly lasted like a couple minutes. I
Yeah.
think to like everybody else, it happened like instantly.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like in a separate like realm. Where
Well, no,
But
because
then
they
why
did.
didn't
They
they-
did show Spike though.
Why didn't they
And let
think
us not
about
forget-
it though?
no, but
What
when
is-
they were inside that like white like purgatory
okay.
state.
And let us not forget, Spike, the elements of guilt tripping.
Yeah, like the puppy dog face, and then Sunset Shimmer overpowers her, and then they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're in this realm now."
This movie was just bad.
It was just. bad.
It wasn't nearly as strong as the second movie. It wasn't nearly as bad as the first. It was just bad.
It was just bad. It was forgettable.
Bad show.
Because I mean, like I actually did barely remember any of the third movie. I had like
It's a good
watching
thing
it
we
again was
watched it.
almost like watching it.
Like, did you saw it
brand new.
live? Did you
I-
guys saw
No.
it?
I actually remember.
I did
though,
see
there
that
was,
one live on Discovery when it came on.
I actually missed like an hour in, and the part that when I turned it on to see first is Twilight singing in the
In
crystal
the hallways.
Yes.
Did that make you turn it off?
I was thinking.
He was probably
about ready
close.
to.
I like that song though.
It's not a bad song. It's just awkward how she's singing in the middle of the halls.
Well,
Like that.
again,
you think about it in real life.
I don't
just
know.
don't
I
like
used to sing
musicals.
in the hallway.
Nobody cares
Yeah,
about
but
your life.
As you already said, you were singing under your breath, not out loud,
Not like
very loud.
bellow.
You were singing like this volume
I was
right
singing-
here.
I would be singing like this. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be singing
that's the
like
point.
Exactly.
She was singing at this volume that I'm at right now.
There's a different
That's
tone.
a huge difference.
Like
Well,
what he
what
did,
if
what
she
you're
was
doing.
okay?
Like
so
what-
what if she
whenever
was
you-
actually singing like under her
Are you
breath,
about to make
like
a
I
joke about me in
would?
the car?
No, like whenever
Except
you
people
play
around
the
her
dog
giving
in
her
the car.
strange
Yeah.
looks.
I mean,
That's
I would
true.
get strange looks.
Well,
Yes, that's what we're saying.
Anybody would get strange looks.
I used to think
I
my
get
life-
strange looks anyway, though. So
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
well-
because you're you.
Yeah.
what's up? What'd you say?
Continue.
No, just repeat what you said for the
Pretty sure
audience.
I was like the only normal person in high school.
I was the only white person in an all-black school, basically, and I was also the only person that watched My Little Pony.
Actually,
yeah.
but it's been a lot.
I was just kind of a forgettable kid.
I was
No, I
just
mean,
like,
I had my I had my problems, but I mean,
like you didn't belong into like any group.
I
well, I
surely
did actually
didn't.
have a group that it was like 3 or 4 people who actually like watched anime.
I got one
Watch
girl to
cartoons
watch
and
My Little
fiction.
Pony, and she's one of our viewers right now.
Huh. I.
Hey, Elsa.
Oh,
Really?
I thought you were talking about someone else.
Who did you think I was talking about?
No, I thought someone. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe.
Someone
Anyway.
else
Did we
different.
start at 1:30?
We started about
30 something.
1 and 1:32.
We got a couple minutes left.
Okay,
So-
that doesn't. We can go more than an hour. We can.
We still have. Wait.
as long as we're talking about the movie, it doesn't
Wait.
matter how long we go.
Well, wait. We still
I
have.
mean, we could go under an hour if we wanted to.
We still have the end.
Yeah, we still got stuff to talk about too.
No, I was saying ending.
Oh boy.
So let me set this up. So
Is it bad that I already forgot what happened in the ending?
I'll retell it to you. So everything's a-okay. Everything's good. Where Twilight, under
Oh, right.
the power of Dean Cadence, was like, "Hey, I can transfer you from Crystal Prep into Canterlot High."
Which isn't hard because you're going from a private to a public.
And
School.
it
It
it's
probably takes almost nothing at all.
No, it's
Where-
extremely hard. Like
It's annoying.
public
There's a large amount of
schools
paperwork.
typically
Well,
don't
actually-
take private school credit, so you basically started from scratch.
well, actually, because of Twilight saying,
She's
you know
got
what?
a couple of years
well,
left.
she's like, you know what, I
They're
don't
all seniors.
want this scholarship. I want to go back to Canterlot High, or actually, I want to go to this school. And Dean Cadence was like, okay, and it's
People
like a matter
me
of
here.
it's like a
I'm
matter
popular here.
And it wasn't a matter of minutes until like Princess Celestia was like, "Hey, meet your new student." Huh? I guess transfer work and papers take seconds.
No,
Yeah.
she was probably just still hanging out with them and wasn't actually attending that school because she was still
No.
in her Crystal Prep uniform.
No, because Celestia said, "Meet your new student."
That's because
Like
they were already
afterwards.
talking about the transfer, so they knew it was going to happen.
Well,
just
they had
didn't
to
get all
wrap
the
up the
paperwork done.
movie. quick.
That's true.
They could have just been like
Okay, but
Cadence could have just walked us.
There-
We're gonna
to be-
transfer her
to be
over
fair,
here.
though, do we really want to see Dean Cadence and Principal Celestia filling out paperwork?
Yes,
No.
that would make a
No.
better
They need
movie.
realism.
That would make a better movie.
At least have the comedic ending. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be. That could have been.
Well, it could have
we
been
had-
comedic.
we
Or
did
they
have
show
that
the-
semi-comedic
like, the
moment.
pictures.
They could have just the entire credits was just them filling it out with words going across the
Yeah.
screen. That would have been hilarious.
Wait,
I
what
would
was
have
the
loved that.
wait? What was the semi-comedic moment?
When Twilight
appears.
met Twilight.
Oh,
Yeah.
so let me.
yeah.
I guess it was
So-
comedic.
So you want to? I guess I'll set it up. So at
Twilight
the
means
very
Twilight.
end of the movie, I guess all the 6 are having like a picnic.
Yeah, they're
in
just
front.
they're just chilling at the broken
no,
statue.
yeah, in front of the I think it wasn't.
Didn't that
broken.
In
statue
front of the
break
portal.
Yeah,
before?
Sunset broke it, and then they had to refix it, and then they broke again. So Twilight's gonna have to fix it.
Okay, so
Probably.
I'm just imagining the next movie, Twilight. Throughout the movie, you just see Twilight up there trying to plaster pieces of rock together.
Some
Yeah.
rock.
so they're having like a picnic or something in front of it, and then out comes Pony Twilight, and then she's just
Sorry, I
like,
was late, guys. I was dealing
I
with.
feel like that was the high
Spoilers
school hangout
for-
spot.
I was dealing with spoilers for the end of season 5. I almost said season 6 by accident.
Yeah, because why not? No, that made some people rage.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, I was not happy about it. I was like,
Sorry I'm late, guys. I had to finish filming season 5 finale.
Their timing sucked
Yeah.
so badly on the movie.
Yeah, if they were gonna release it before the
because
season
the
5 finale, they
writers
should've just left that part out.
the writers didn't plan on it. The writers planned on it coming out after the season was over, but Hasbro and Discovery Family was just like, no, it's coming out now.
I mean, it would have made more sense for it to come out after season 5.
It was supposed to. That's how it was written to come out. Was after season 5.
Why didn't it?
Because
Discovery-
Hasbro.
Because Discovery
Hasbro
Family-
decided they wanted to release it so they could sell the
Discovery
toys.
Keep in mind, Discovery
Yeah, Discovery.
Family's kind of calling the shots here for.
Well,
Hasbro.
Discovery Family is Hasbro and Discovery Channel.
No, Discovery Family owns Hasbro right now.
No, Hasbro owns.
They bought out Hasbro.
Really? All right.
Huh?
Yeah.
How?
They had.
They have
Hasbro
money.
makes more money than Discovery.
Discovery has more money.
Pretty sure they didn't.
Well, you can
Oh
go
well,
check if they
we'll
did.
look that up later. We'll fact check later. But no, it was Hasbro because they wanted to sell more toys. They like, no, we're doing it now. It was Hasbro that called the shot on that. That said, hey, we're gonna go ahead and release this on the channel, on the TV channel. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. We need more stuff anyways. So they just did it instead of talking with the writers, being like, oh no, it's written for this time. It chronologically makes order here. No, that doesn't matter. We're just gonna play it.
Well, at the same
See what
time,
happens.
like in the middle of the season, just hey, another small hiatus.
Well,
So
that's kind of normal now with most shows, where it's like, yeah, we have mid-season breaks. That's normal with a lot of shows now.
I
So
wonder
that
what's
didn't
going to
really,
happen when Spike meets Spike.
it's not gonna happen.
There's
I want
not.
it to happen.
There's not going to be much of a
I kind of do
conversation.
want to see that to happen, though, to be honest.
True. I do
But
want
it's
that.
not.
No, just so that we have the conversation of Spike just like, so,
Hey,
what's
what's
your
up?
thought?
They're
Like,
going to sniff each other's
No,
blood.
no, where they're just like,
No.
hey, what's up? Oh, not much.
no, I just want to see them have a conversation. So, what's your Twilight like?
like
she's
yours
kinda
about 4 years ago.
She's kind of reclusive. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
she'll
that
get through-
part. She'll get
no,
better.
Yeah,
No,
just
I
like she'll
think,
get
I
through
think
it.
Spike in the human world is going to be like, is going to think, Doc, oh, she's perfect, she's
I'm
great,
you. No, I'm you from 5 seasons in the future.
awesome.
So essentially 2 years?
Yeah, I get to go drop my brother off at his girlfriend's house after this. That feel when no GM.
When you're taking your little brother on his date.
No, I mean,
So-
to be
so
fair.
he can't drive?
Yeah.
Well, no, he's only 15.
No,
I see.
your brother texts you. He's like, "Hey, want to play taxi cab?"
No, my dad's discussed this. Like, he's like, hey, you should be an Uber driver. That way we can pay you for taking your brother fucking everywhere. Like, it's a good 3 hours out of my day to go pick up my brother from school.
Where
That
does
way
go
he
to
just has to
school?
call an Uber driver.
He only goes to school 30 minutes away, but it takes an hour and a half because of traffic.
Oh, good
Oh,
Lord.
jeez.
I don't remember.
Become an Uber driver. You should do that.
I'm just like, Dad, you are aware that it'd be $60 for every each direction, right?
Yeah, make your brother play it. That's cool.
Yeah, make your brother pay.
Anyway,
Tell him to get a job.
Get a jab.
with everything else he does, okay, my brother.
He has
My
no
brother,
free
To
time.
take
no,
a
like
second.
legitimately.
My
he-
brother has no free time whatsoever. He does piano, karate, and school, obviously, and hockey.
The one day he had
Why does he have a
legitimate free time.
girlfriend?
The one time he legitimately
have
had
time
free
for
time to
it?
hang out with Chris, I hung out with him too. And got to meet him.
Yeah,
Like-
I had to leave his house way earlier than I wanted to because my brother had to be somewhere by 5 o'clock, and we were still late.
Yeah.
I
we,
left.
were, we were all hanging out, just you, me, and your brother, just because we could that day.
Yeah. My brother does not get a lot of free time. Even during the summer, he's always busy. I will never be able to hang out with my brother.
It's surprising that he gets to go hang out with his girlfriend.
That's what I'm like. How
Well,
does
I mean,
he have a girlfriend?
today he's free today.
Okay.
He has a girlfriend because they met during Taekwondo, and so that's how they started hanging out. And yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, so anything else?
No.
I'm good, other than you want to say that it's the Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh yeah, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Go the Pony team, yeah. Just
Woo,
because they're
Pony!
ponies.
I was thinking because I just like
Broncos.
Peyton Manning, and I think it would be a great story.
I feel
Well, he's the real football fan here. We're just like, yay, one of them's a horse.
I keep
Go
up.
Coldplay.
I keep up. And,
Coldplay for the win.
well,
Woo!
I just think it would be a better story if Peyton Manning, after all these years and trying his best, to have one more win or one more appearance at the Super Bowl and winning.
That'd be
so-
a really good way to retire.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would.
that's a great kind of like an end to an era type of thing where you finally have achieved another Super Bowl ring because he won
Yeah.
one with the Colts in
Right.
2006.
And
Win
either-
with all the ponies.
And,
And either way, I mean, just going to the Super Bowl at this point in his career, I mean,
the 50th Super Bowl. On
yeah,
top
I
of
mean
that.
just regardless
just making
whether
their-
he wins
yeah.
or loses his game, like that would be a really great way to end out his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in
Oh,
all,
is this his final year?
Well, it's looking like it.
Oh, okay.
it's
I didn't know, actually. I don't keep up with him as much.
all in all, it's going to be a great show of the two quarterbacks because they're kind of two opposites.
Okay.
They both excel at completely
Well-
different things.
Well, Peyton Manning is more
Well,
like
I
the
haven't
veteran.
been keeping up with football this year.
Well, Peyton Manning's more of like the veteran. He knows what to do. He knows like the experience, and Cam Newton's more like the energetic.
Well, you got
He's
two
the-
different
he's the
playing styles. So
all
you got
gold
Peyton Manning, who's the pocket QB, who's
Yep.
usually looking for a receiver.
Join us next week
whereas
on this
you got-
Ponies podcast for football and football statistics.
Yeah,
We're in the middle of the hiatus, so or mid-season.
We can do
hiatus, so
anything.
we can do anything.
no,
we want.
Yeah.
actually, next week we'll be talking about the first half of season 1. So episodes
Oh.
1 through
Oh.
13 of
Can we
season
not?
1 is what we'll be talking about.
We're gonna have to rewatch that.
Yes, we are.
With,
No.
with Casey.
Yes, we
Whatever.
are.
I have,
Casey's
I
gonna
have
be
no
forced.
problems with watching MLP
All
again,
right.
but I just know.
Don't worry,
know.
we'll
Spooky
try and watch it
season.
as a group if we can to make it a little more bearable.
Yeah, we
Please.
are aware that season 1 at this point is going to feel a little bit awkward and cringeworthy, right?
when
Kinda
we're
like the third movie.
We're just going to be
You
standing.
mean kind of like
We're
the
gonna
third movie?
We're going to be sitting there watching these really stiff animations. And
Because-
we're going to be watching Bon Bon and Lyra get copy pasted everywhere.
Yeah, we are.
because
Colgate.
More Bon than anyone.
because after season 5,
All
there's
three
like
of
this
her
level
voices.
of
all
there's
three of them.
there's like this level of like they've grown up so much as far as like animation and everything
Yeah.
else.
Not
just,
only the characters, but the creators.
just like the look of
Everyone's
it
grown.
and the
It's really good.
storytelling.
Yeah.
Just going back is going to be
Going all
just-
the way back to the friggin' pilot episode.
I will say
is
this
great.
though, that those first 2 episodes really hooked me. The part that
Why don't
really
we
hooked
sing
me on
it
those 2 though,
No, no.
that song. Thank you by the song. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, so anyways, we're gonna go because we had bought a whole box of the trading cards, and we're gonna have Tibor open his half.
Well, yeah. You open.
Because
your
I opened
mouth.
I'm impatient. I had to open mine when I bought it. But anyways, we're gonna go.
All right.
Thank you all for watching. We love you so much, and thank you. Don't click it yet. Don't click it.
No, I just clicked the thing that says low battery, and it's all good.
Anyways, we love you so much. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back next week, same time, same place.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
And Dan will be back. We forgot to mention he's out of town.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
chill.